Okay, here we have a spreadsheet that contains circular references. The circular references are in the solution, so when I open up this Excel file, I see this warning message. That's okay. I'm just going to click OK to dismiss this. We'll fix these errors as we go. So let's say we've got a situation here. So I'm going to read this narrative here. You want to entice people to work for you by offering take-home pay after taxes of $100,000. But each time you increase pay, taxes go up. So you have to determine how much to inflate salaries so that the after-tax income is $100,000. Now we're going to do this a fairly naive way. If you could write out a formula to calculate this more directly, but we're going to create this spreadsheet using circular references just to demonstrate how circular references can be resolved. Okay, so in B4, let's calculate our taxes. So if someone makes $100,000 and their tax rate is 30%, it's higher than the current tax bracket in the US, but 30%, we're just going to go with it for now, just for demonstration purposes. So the taxes on $100,000 would be $30,000. Makes sense using nice round numbers. But we can see if we do it like this, the offered salary, what's it going to be? Equals 100,000 minus 30,000. Okay, that's 70,000. Now we can just guess, or we could use goal seek, or let's say, what if it's 120,000? You know, we're getting closer, 140,000. We can kind of guess and check until we get pretty close to that 100,000. So we're getting real close there. But this is not an ideal way to do it. So if our base salary is 100,000, I'm going to delete those formulas. Let's calculate this the way it's described here. In cell B4, we're going to calculate the taxes by multiplying the tax rate equals the tax rate times the offered salary. Okay, so there's nothing in offered salary right there. And the offered salary is just going to be this base rate plus taxes. And nothing happens here because we've got circular references, and just like that warning said, we've got to turn on iterative calculation in order to calculate this for us. So I'm going to come to File, and way down at the bottom I've got my options, and then I'm going to click on the Formulas tab, Enable Iterative Calculations, and I'm going to keep these default. 100 iterations is going to be just fine, and the maximum change, 0.001. If the change becomes very small, I'm okay if Excel quits on me. So I'm going to click OK and just watch what happens to the numbers. You know, it's going to fill those in for me. So basically what Microsoft Excel does is it performs a calculation that adds up the offered salary by combining the base rate plus taxes, and then it's going to calculate the taxes, and then it's going to update the offered salary, then it's going to update taxes again. It's going to go in a circle, you know, a bunch of times until it finally settles on this answer, which would give me a take-home pay of $100,000. So you can think like a grocery store might use this, or a convenience store, if they don't want to deal with change and they know the tax is 8%. So let's screw with these numbers. Let's say the local tax rate is 6.725%. And you want to earn $1.50 on a certain item. Let's expand these decimal places. So you're going to have to charge $1.61 so that you get $1.50. The taxes are going to be 11 cents on that. So you can figure out what you're going to charge if you want to include tax, for example. There's a lot of different ways that you could use this scenario. I'm going to undo that. Let's go back to our previous situation where we're just looking at salary. But this spreadsheet could be used to determine somebody's take-home pay, accounting for different expenses and things that are determined by that final number.